Good evening, all. Welcome, all of you. Welcome to the new batch of our complete course. Today's lecture is available as a free demo lecture also for everyone who want to try this course. This is the first lecture of our course. So if any of your friends want to try this course, you can share this link to them or ask them to join. Only today's lecture they can access for free, and tomorrow onwards we'll be starting the topics. So today what we are going to do is a complete overview of UPSC CSAT. First of all, welcome all new students who have joined. If you have any concerns, any doubts also, you can ask today. This is like an orientation session where we are discussing the complete overview of the UPSC CSAT section. So welcome all of you. Okay, so let's start. So the first 10 minutes I will be explaining about me and about this course in detail, how this course is going to help you and how you have to use this course for benefiting maximum so that you can clear CSAT with minimum effort. That is the main idea. I know you all are UPSC aspirants who have this time concern, right? Time concern means you have a lot of things to study for GS paper 1 and CSAT. Some of you may be afraid of math. That is the problem, that how I will clear CSAT, because looking at the last year and last to last year paper, the questions were difficult. I agree that. But how to clear even in this difficult question pattern, that is what I'm going to teach you. And for that, minimum time. Yeah, Shahama is asking, I have no background in maths. Will I get the basics? Exactly. That is the point, Shahama. Most people who have joined this course have the same situation as you. That is what I understand, because I have personally talked to some of you who wanted to join this course. You have called and inquired about whether the math problem can be sorted. Yes, definitely. Yeah, to be frank, I am teaching UPSC CSAT for the last few years, and 11 years I'm teaching for different aptitude section. When I'm teaching aptitude section, mainly for different exams after UG and after PG exams. So the main problem I felt is from school we haven't learned math well. We have depended on a lot of rote learning. We have depended on what we can say, a lot of by hearting. That is why we are not very good at math, most of us. So even for school students, I am teaching all over like India and outside India also as a speed math trainer. So right from there, I'm teaching them how to make math interesting and math fun. So the whole idea is, when I'm teaching, I will make you comfortable that your, what we can say, school math problems or school math, what you missed there, what you forgot from there, that all won't affect your preparation at all. Yeah, some areas are there where that may affect. That areas I will point out and I will tell you how to simplify, and maybe some questions how to skip them also. That is also an important point. I always tell UPSC exam or almost all aptitude test is about choosing the right question. That is very important. It is not like you have to try all the questions. You can try the questions that you want. And I think all of you know, for UPSC CSAT, this CSAT section or the aptitude section, it is not like add to your merit. It is only a qualifying section. Qualifying section means just clearing this section is enough. Getting high mark in this section is not necessary at all. As you know, for new students or for those people who are not at all aware about CSAT section, CSAT stands for Civil Service Aptitude Test or GS Prelims Paper 2. GS Paper 2, that word itself, some people confuse, because in mains also there is a paper, GS Paper 2. But when we refer to GS Paper 2, here what we are meaning is Prelims GS Paper 2. So in Prelims Paper 2, Civil Service Aptitude Test, that contains 200 marks, that is 80 objective type questions, 2.5 mark each for each question. That means 80 into 2.5, 200 marks. And 2 hours, 120 minutes is the time that is given to you to try these questions. And you just have to qualify. That is 66 mark is enough. That is just 33%, 66 out of 200. So ideally, if you make 27 questions correct and you don't attempt any other questions and you don't have any negative mark, 27 questions is enough to clear the cutoff. But choosing 27 questions is not a wise move at all, because how well we prepare, there can be some small mistakes, and one small mistake is enough to give you negative mark. Yeah, there is negative mark. 1/3 mark is negative. 2.5 for a correct answer, 0.83 mark for a wrong answer. So that is how the marking is. So above 66, how much you score, there is no benefit out of it. Getting just 66 above mark is enough to clear the cutoff. So for that purpose, that is why I'm saying selecting the questions is totally possible. Yeah, there are some math section which is difficult for students whose math base is not good. But there are some math section which you can easily score marks from. So what we will be following in this course is an unlearning school math and relearning from zero or relearning from the basics. I will not be telling you just by heart this 10 formula for this chapter, another 15 formula for another chapter. That won't be the approach in this course at all. In this course, the approach will be the things that you have by hearted in school. Many of them I will tell you the logic behind them, how that formula came, how that concept came, so that you don't have to by heart it. Whenever you want, you can recreate that formula by using the logic. Or many questions you don't even want the formula, you just want the logic to directly answer the question without writing any steps. Because rote learned formula, the biggest problem is you can only use it according to how you learned in school. That is a long process. In school, that was beneficial because for each step you were getting marks, right? For each step, even if the final answer is wrong also, you can get maybe 4 out of 5 mark if your all other steps are correct. But in UPSC CSAT, it's the other way around. If all other steps are correct also, if the final answer is wrong, you will get 0.83 negative mark. That is, it was better to skip the question than try the question. So that is a whole point. So it's a competitive exam. So your approach towards this CSAT section also should be a competitive exam approach itself, not a descriptive question paper approach where steps was most important. Here steps is not important. Least number of steps, maximum questions in minimum time. That is the main idea. So that's why I hope you are clear about that you don't have to worry about your math background. That won't affect much. And where it affects, there I'll tell you how to do that, or at least how to skip that area or skip that questions in exam. Again, that type of skippable sections are very less actually. The chapters that you feel difficult in CSAT are actually simple. Even the math chapters, I'm saying, many math chapters are actually very simple if you understand them properly. So that is what we are going to focus. And in this batch, we are starting from the math topic itself. This is the schedule. Yeah, the previous batch students who are attending today's lecture, this is like an orientation for the new batch students. You are welcome to attend this lecture, but you may have heard many of the things that I'm going to tell today. So the previous batch students, it is up to you whether you want to attend this lecture or not. If you skip it also, you won't miss much. But you can have a revision of that overview lecture we had in the beginning of the course. So that way it will help if you want to attend. So this batch we are starting from number system. And as you have, like Shahana was mentioning, or many of you have the concern, number system is an area where math is too much. So in this course, what we'll be starting is, we will be starting from speed math lectures. First 3 lectures, yeah, 2 lectures I will try to complete, but if you have further doubts, one more lecture will be on speed math, how to do math faster, because in some question that is needed. Math means basic arithmetic. I will be starting with how to do multiplication faster. There's a speed math technique or Vedic math technique by which you can do multiplication super fast, or how to calculate percentages super fast. Many chapters need that. Profit loss discount, data interpretation, percentages, fraction proportion, all these chapters, this percentage calculation will help you immensely. So in this batch or in this course, we'll be starting with the speed matrix. So the next 2 lectures will be on speed matrix alone. Then only we will be starting number system, so that it will be a smooth transition. When you start number system, you won't have much problem, at least with the arithmetic things. Yeah, there are some school math things, for example, how to calculate LCM, how to calculate HCM, LCM, HCF, etc. Those things also we will be discussing, so don't worry at all. So for math basics itself, we will be having 2 extra lectures in this course. So this is the complete schedule. Number system, as you know, 2023 and 2024, maximum questions were from this number system unit. That is why many people say that UPSC CSAT is now getting tougher, because number system questions is getting more and more. So when the math background, non-math background students see number system questions are definitely difficult, we have to make it simple. So that is the process we are going to have in the 8 lectures on number system alone. On number system alone, we will have 8 lectures. I told you before this, there will be speed matrix, 2 more lectures. Today's lecture is CSAT syllabus and overview. So number system, 8 lectures. Then algebra. These are algebraic topics. These are algebraic topic: percentage, fraction proportion ratio, profit loss discount, interest and partnership, algebra, finding the x, H problem, miscellaneous monetary problems, etc. Then permutation combination, probability. Probability in UPSC CSAT, it is not asked much, but permutation combination, 2024 exam they haven't asked, but 23 exam there were plenty questions. That is why skipping this chapter is not a right move. We have to learn that chapter. Yeah, that is a debatable discussion itself. Whether permutation combination should be there in UPSC CSAT or not, that is actually a debatable topic, because in the syllabus mentioned by UPSC CSAT, it is mentioned that basic numeracy class 10 level, but permutation combination is something we are learning in class 11. That is why it is like, still UPSC have asked permutation combination good number of questions. In 2024, for some reason, permutation combination was not there. But 23, many questions, almost 9 questions were there from permutation combination alone. 22 also, 21 also, many questions were there. So don't completely trust this word class 10 level, because some of the questions are not class 10 level. Very few questions, but there were more than one question which was not class 10 level in last few years also. So this is the syllabus mentioned by UPSC CSAT. This is a syllabus. Yeah, if you may have heard from some people that CSAT pattern is changing. Pattern is changing does not mean the syllabus have changed. This is the common syllabus UPSC have given for the last few years. It is the same syllabus itself. So in the syllabus there is no change, but in the type of questions there is change. I will tell you which all areas the type of questions changes are there. But 23 and 24 questions, many of the types were very common. That is actually a good thing. That 23 question paper, that is why it is called the toughest UPSC CSAT paper ever, because even many questions were totally new questions, but 23 question, many question or few questions at least in 24, that same type got repeated. That does not mean in 25 also they will repeat that, but that's a positive sign that at least the new pattern is following a trend. That does not mean earlier paper questions were not there. It was there. But 23 and 24 paper, many questions were similar. Okay, so this is a syllabus: reading comprehension, interpersonal skills including communication skills, logical reasoning and analytical ability, decision making and problem solving, general mental ability, basic numeracy, data interpretation. But this syllabus is very vague. Just by looking at the titles, you will not understand what all are the areas. That is why I have divided this into 3 sections: quant, reasoning and comprehension. Quant, reasoning and comprehension. Quant means quantitative aptitude. Reasoning means logical reasoning and mental ability. And comprehension means reading comprehension. This is what normally we call as English section, but it is not actually English. It's a comprehension skill testing section, because as you know, UPSC paper or UPSC CSAT paper is also bilingual. You can attempt in English and Hindi, and reading comprehension passages are also available in English and Hindi. So it is not English comprehension. Those who prefer English language, for them it is English comprehension, but it is clearly reading comprehension. What I'm trying to say is don't worry too much about the English aspect. It is comprehension skills that is more needed than your English knowledge. Yeah, definitely if your vocabulary is good, you can read the questions faster and understand it faster. But if your vocabulary is not good also, I will be teaching you particular technique, proven technique by which you can do UPSC CSAT reading comprehension comfortably well. Not all questions. Yeah, doing all questions, that is not the right approach at all. That is an approach followed by people who don't prepare all papers. For example, if you prepare only quant and reasoning and not prepare for comprehension or not try comprehension questions, then you have no liberty to choose questions much, because already you skipped a section. That means from the remaining 2 sections to get the enough number for clearing the cutoff is a difficult task. Because as you know, UPSC is not consistent in the number of questions also. That is the problem. If you can look at this, you can see that quant reasoning and comprehension number of questions is totally varying. Look at only reasoning part. In 24, it was only 12 questions. 23, it is 13. 22, it is 20. And there were times where it was 33 questions also. So a person who is skipping or only concentrating on reasoning, both are not a right approach at all. So my suggestion to all of you is you have to prepare all these 3 sections. Don't choose sections now. Prepare all the 3 sections, and in exam hall, choose the questions wisely. So that you have more choices, na? Like for example, you do half questions from comprehension, half question from quant, half question from reasoning. That is a good approach, na? That means every 1 out of 2 questions you can skip. That is actually consoling for those people who feel that math is difficult or comprehension is difficult. From every section, do half of the questions. Keep that target at least, because 80 questions total, half if you do 40 questions. 40 question, yeah, when you are focusing 40 question, you should be confident enough that you are able to do maybe less than 5 questions only wrong, even if there is careless mistake. But because if it is more than 5 questions wrong, there also, due to the negative marking also, there is chance that you can be just below the borderline. So that should not happen. So 40 to 45 questions at least, you should be confident enough to try in the 2 hours. Again, when I'm saying 40 to 45 questions, don't think that that is too less a number, because time aspect is also there, na? 40 questions, 120 minutes means, 40 questions means to do 40 questions, you may have to read 50 to 55 questions. Because some questions, when you read it fully, only you will understand that, okay, this question should be tried or should be skipped. That means on an average for a question, you can only spend 2 minutes to 2.5 minutes maximum. 2.5 is maximum. Most questions you have to do in 2 minutes itself. So that 40 questions, to do it comfortably 80 minutes, total 120 minutes means remaining 40 minutes is the time that you are leaving as a buffer time for reading the question and understanding whether the question is doable or not. That should be the idea. 2 minutes for a question ideally. So in this course, we will be training you for that aspect itself, how to choose the right question, how to do the questions that you are trying faster, how to skip the question faster also. Okay, so this is the trend analysis of UPSC CSAT in the last few years. So last 2 years, reasoning questions were comparatively less. That does not mean next time also the reasoning question number will be this way. And this is also one reason that non-math background students feel UPSC CSAT difficult now, because reasoning questions is getting lower. Quantitative aptitude means the section where math and reasoning or math and logic both are there. Number system, permutation combination, speed, distance, time. All these are quantitative aptitude topics. Reasoning topics means, I will give you a full list. This is the quantitative aptitude topics. Number system, unit, percentage, fraction, ratio, proportion, profit, loss, discount, interest, compound interest, simple interest, etc. These are the reasoning topics. Syllogism, blood relation, ranking and ordering, cubes and dices. These are areas which is little more easier for non-math background students. But only depending on this section is not a right choice at all, because last 2 years more than half of the questions were from quant. So skipping them means you have only half of the question remaining. From that also all questions won't be easy. If you have seen the previous year questions, comprehension especially, you cannot depend on comprehension much, because some of the questions you will be confused because all 4 options look correct. We are feeling like whether our perspective is the same as the question paper setter perspective. There are questions like that also, but there are easy questions also. So what I will suggest you is, if 27 questions were there, if you try 12 question, 13 question from comprehension also, that is fine. But that questions you should choose which you don't have any doubt that this have multiple answer possible, or this is like a fuzzy question where you are confused. This can be the answer, this can be the answer. So choosing the right question is the right approach, I will say. For that, you should prepare all section. And new students who joined in this course, we will be having complete syllabus coverage of all 3 sections. Quant, reasoning, and comprehension will be covered. So it is not like only math part will be done. No, there are courses like that, but this course we are providing everything. That's why the title of the course itself is complete course. Shahana, about the PDF also I will tell you, about the materials also I will tell you. So back to the details of the course. So this is the complete schedule of the course. If you have any doubts on the schedule also, you can tell. You can go through this schedule and let me know. Is it clear? This is the tentative schedule. This is the minimum number of lectures you will be getting. You will be getting few more lectures. It is not like we will be giving less classes than promised. We will give you more classes than promised. That depends upon, like, if you are not understanding a topic by one lecture, we will be adding one more lecture so that there will be proper understanding of the topic. That is how the course will proceed. And secondly, it will complete before time itself. Many of you may feel like we need 20-25 days before exam. Before that itself, we need to complete CSAT. Yes, April end is what we are planning to complete the syllabus. By April end, we'll be completing the syllabus. That is how the course will proceed. And the live class timing will be remaining 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. But if you cannot attend live classes, after every class, the recording will be provided. Maximum in 1 hour to 2 hour time period itself, the recording will be uploaded. And the recording you can access. Yeah, we are giving complete 1 year access of the recording itself. 1 year access of the recording itself. So recording also, and there is no limitation how many times you can try the watch the recording. Before exam, if you want to revise the videos again 1 more time, that also is totally fine. You can watch any number of times the videos, and you can watch it in laptop and mobile as per your convenience also. So those things, there is no restriction at all. And about study materials also I will tell you. So this is the schedule of the course. As I told before, number system, we will be having 2 lectures on speed matrix. So that itself will make the number of lectures almost 60 lectures will be there. So the teaching language will be English, even if I teach in other languages, but for this course, the teaching language will be English. And for doubt clearing sessions, these are the opportunities we are offering. Question and answer session after each class. 1 hour class will be there. In that 1 hour, the last 5 to 10 minutes is for your doubt clearing session. If there are more doubts, I will wait for more minutes, no problem. So question and answer session after each class. And there's a raise hand button. Once you are in this platform, you can see a raise hand button. Clicking on that raise hand, you can ask the doubt through the audio also. I will accept your call and you can ask your doubt. Just like in Zoom meeting, you ask now, same way, but not video, only audio will be activated. Video we are not activating because that will affect the quality of the lectures. Like if you have internet issue in your place also, when you ask your doubts, there will be breakage and all. But if it is audio, it will be easier to communicate, and the voice break and all will be minimal. So that is why audio feature for asking your doubts. And there will be separate doubt clearing session. 5 sessions minimum will be there for clearing your doubts itself. 5 sessions that will be according to your convenience also. We will discuss and decide when will be the doubt clearing session. Maybe after every 10 lectures, if you have more doubts, after every 7 lectures, that we can accordingly fix. And Telegram and WhatsApp groups are there. You will be given exclusive access to our Telegram and WhatsApp groups where you can post your doubts. I mean, group for this course itself is there. That group you can join. In the notification section or the announcement section, you can find the link to join this group. So there also you can post. Yeah, I will suggest you, please post your doubts there so that others also will involve in the discussion, so that that discussion culture will help you to, like, those people who know the concept, for them they will get more clarity when they explain the questions to someone. That maybe you have observed now, when you try to explain things to others, you will get better clarity. So, and those of your doubt can get clarity by asking the doubts in that group. So make the group for your doubt clearance. And if clearing the doubts to the group is not working for some reason, that others don't know the answer for it or don't know how to explain it, then definitely you can Telegram me or WhatsApp me the doubts. I will answer you either through the audio or through the text itself. I will answer you your doubts. But first preference, I will tell you, please post your doubts in Telegram and WhatsApp group. If that is not clearing your doubts, or if that is difficult for you, like you are not having a doubt regarding a full question, you have a particular doubt about a particular step we discussed in the class, then also you are welcome to ask your doubts directly to me through the WhatsApp number or to the Telegram, or in the group. If you post also, that is fine. You just tag me so that I will understand that that is a doubt that is posted for me to answer. So that is all flexible, which is comfortable for you. That way you can ask your doubts. And these are the materials you will be getting. So the flashcards, yeah, I will be explaining concepts to the flashcards so that before exam, just revising the flashcards itself, you will be remembering all the concepts. I told you flashcards for, these are the flashcards for speed maths. Likewise for CSAT, other topics, 100 more flashcards are there. So the CSAT flashcards, and plus there will be 25 speed math flashcard also as bonus material you will be getting in the course material. This is also included. So speed math flashcard and CSAT flashcard, total 125 online flashcards you can get as part of this course, and 50, minimum 50. It is now 55 class notes and 55 practice worksheets. After every class, the class notes of that topic will be uploaded in the course page. And the practice worksheet on every topic, minimum 15 questions. Some topics where more practice is needed, I'll be giving 20 questions. So 15 to 20 questions on each topic will be provided as the practice worksheets. Yeah, this practice worksheets also include the PYQs. This you can download and print it also. As some of you were asking, will you get the PDF? Yes, you will get the PDF of this practice worksheets, which have the PYQs and answer key and practice questions and answer key. But this class notes PDF is to be used through the mobile app or through the laptop itself. That is not downloadable. That is the notes of the PPTs of the class that you can use because that have too many pages also. Every topic, there is 100 plus pages for the class notes. So that for your reference through the device, you can use it. But worksheets have the same questions also. All the questions given in the class notes are provided in this practice worksheet, which you can download and print also. I know many of you prefer printed material sometimes. In that case, you can print it, and that way also you can learn. And full mock test will be there. 10 full mock tests will be there, which contains all the topics of UPSC CSAT. But that will be when we complete almost all topics, then the mock test will start. So that is the materials that you will be receiving as part of this course. And plus weekly test will be there. Weekly test, normally the plan we have is Saturday we will upload the weekly test questions. Saturday or Sunday, any time you want, you can attempt it. We are not fixing a time because I know you have other weekly test. Maybe some of you are attending some online coaching or offline coaching. So clash of times can happen. That is why we are giving it more flexible. Saturday, Sunday, anytime you can try practice the weekly test, and that weekly test doubts also you can ask through the group or through the extra doubt clearing session, etc. And if more doubts are there, we will devote a separate lecture on discussion of weekly test also. So that is how we will be proceeding. Any doubts as of now, new students, all of you? So live lectures and recordings of live lectures, class notes and practice worksheets, weekly test and online mock test, all are part of this course. Okay, so now I think we will start our overview of all topics, because that is the main important thing. New students or those who are watching this lecture as a demo lecture, if you want more updates or more study materials, we have UPSC CSAT free study materials in our Telegram channel, YouTube channel, mobile app, website, etc. So that way also there, yeah, in YouTube we have given a free playlist where every topic is discussed in half an hour, but there brief theory and 5 questions from each topic. The main difference of this complete course is this will have more detailed theory, more questions, more doubt clearing session, more study materials, everything is part, and it's more a structured course. So that YouTube playlist also you can check, that we have uploaded I think almost 1.5 years back. So the last year questions are not there, but that also, those who are not part of this course, if any of your friends are not part of this course also, if they want to learn CSAT for free, you can suggest them our Telegram channel and YouTube channel. But I will recommend the paid course or the complete course, because this is where it's a focused learning, that minimum time, maximum outcome will happen here. Through the YouTube videos, you may have to refer multiple playlists, but here a single course, everything in a more structured manner, that spending almost 60 hours for this course, you can make sure that you clear CSAT section. So that's the idea of this course. So let's start. So today I'm giving you an overview of all topics of quantitative aptitude and reasoning, one example each, and major theory in the chapter, what all will be there. That means this is just a trailer of what is about to happen in the upcoming classes. These 20 topics, now these are the 20 lectures, minimum 20. Some of the topics need more than one lecture. For example, permutation combination will be dealing in 3 lectures. That is mentioned as a single topic, but that have 3 lectures in it. Similarly, each of these topics, speed, distance, time, 1 lecture, train, boat and stream, another lecture. Geometry, there are 3 different areas that will be separately discussed, etc. So these are the areas, and these are the reasoning areas. So I will start example. So number system, first topic we are discussing is classification of numbers. This is an example which came in 2024 CSAT paper on classification of numbers. Classification of numbers means you should know the different types of numbers. What is a natural number, whole number, integer, rational, irrational, prime, composite, even, odd, perfect squares, etc. And this question is asking particularly about even number and odd number, whether you know their property, whether you know even number into even number is what, odd number into odd number is what, odd into even is what, etc. And I will be explaining using a unique chair analogy technique, so that you don't have to by heart anything in even number or odd number or prime number or composite number or anything. So the chair analogy I will be explaining. Through that you will get a proper clarity. Again, those who fear math, your fear of math will be taken away using practical examples. How you arrange chairs in a room, that is enough to understand each of these numbers. Yeah, that is a unique way we will be learning this. So wait for it. When we learn that chapter, you will understand it. So second lecture is digits and place values. Number system, another topic is digits and place value. In 2024, this was one question from digits and place value. How many 5s are there in 260 page book? How to count the number of 5s? Because 260 pages, too many number of pages. Nah? One by one writing all the 260 numbers and counting it is not practical at all. So you should know about place value, face value, how numbers are created, what are the different types of number system, etc. Then this question is super easy. So that is second topic. Third topic is divisibility. 2024, this was an example of a divisibility question. There are divisibility rules that you have to understand. If A and B are divisible, whether A plus B is divisible by that number itself, A minus B, A into B, A by B, those things you should know. Again, don't see these like, okay, these are already difficult or complicated. Once you hear the explanation, you will understand these were not complicated as you thought in school. In school, we have learned it in a wrong way. That is why it was complicated. Now we are going to unlearn it and relearn it. Don't worry at all. So next topic connected to divisibility itself is LCM and HCF. Each of these topics are different lectures in our course. This title means that is a different lecture. That means we will be spending 1 hour on this topic itself so that you get clarity on it. So don't worry. So LCM and HCF. This is a question in 2024 based on LCM and HCF. This question particularly HCF was needed to solve this question. So how to calculate LCM HCF, if you forgotten, don't worry, I will teach you. There are different techniques in which you can find LCM depending upon the size of the number. So that we will be discussing in detail in this lecture. Then divisibility means whether a number is divisible by another number. But in some cases, after dividing, there will be something remaining. For example, if you have 60 mangoes, you are dividing it among 10 people. Everyone will get 6 mangoes each. That means 60 by 10, 6 is the quotient. But if it was 61 mangoes and you are dividing among 10 people, if you are trying to equally divide, everyone will get 6 mangoes. After that, there is a 1 mango remaining. That one is called remainder. So about remainder, questions were asked multiple times in the recent years. So this was one of the 2024 questions on reminders. So there you should know something called remainder theorem. Remainder theorem. So that remainder theorem, if you know, it is very easy to solve. So that also we'll be discussing. And Surds and Exponents is another topic. In 2024 also questions were asked on Surds and Exponents. I told you in 2024, 2023, number system questions were plenty. So Surds and Exponents, this is one question. Consecutive zeros concept or trailing zero concept, etc. For that, first you should know the laws of exponents you learned in school. And then you should know some particular technique, how to find number of powers of a number in some factorial, or how to find number of zeros in an expression. So these things we will be discussing in the Surds and Exponents chapter. Then there are some miscellaneous areas of number system from which questions can be asked. Miscellaneous areas means some of the questions have multiple areas, maybe divisibility and remainder theorem both are needed, or some word problems which have elements of number system involved in it. This is such a question asked in 2024. So that are the different areas of number system. Last year and last to last year, another area of number system that was asked is last digit of power. That is based on this. That is based on this laws of exponents itself. That also we will be discussing. So these are the major number system areas we will be discussing. Hope all of you got an idea. So 1 second. So these are the first eight lectures after speed matrix. These are the 8 lectures we'll be discussing. Then we will go to algebra areas, which are little more easier than number system area because these things we see in real life. Percentages. And I told you percentages, the first thing you should know is how to calculate percentage faster without calculating it in paper. As you know, UPSC does not offer you calculator, virtual calculator or hand calculator. That is not allowed in UPSC exam. So you have to calculate things. That's why I told you speed maths is important. Doing math faster, doing math in your mind is very important. So that I will be training you how to do math in your mind. I always say mind is the fastest calculator in the world. So if we can use the power of your mind, that is the easiest way to calculate. So that we will be discussing how to do that in the next 2 lectures itself. We will be discussing that speed math. So yeah, percentages is the next area. Percentages means first you have to know how to calculate percentage, how to calculate percentage. So that we will be discussing. For that, you have to understand the connection between percentage and fraction. Then it is super easy. Then percentages, if you see all question based on percentage or money related problems, simple interest, compound interest, all can be one of these cases. I have just summarized all the problems related to percentage in this single flashcard. It will be one or the other from these 9 cases that is asked in percentage chapter, fraction chapter, profit loss discount chapter, simple interest, compound interest, partnership chapter, etc. So if you get idea or get clarity on percentages, those chapters also will become easy. This was a 2024 question on percentage. If you know the basic idea of percentage, this question is super easy. Yeah, in school, how to calculate percentage? For example, if it is 21% of 1200, you used to do 21 by 100 into 1200. Then you will cancel this. Then 21 into 12, you will multiply, taking more time. None of this is needed. 10% of 1200 is 120. 20% is 240. So 21% is 240 plus 12. 252 is the answer. This is a speed math technique. We haven't discussed it. Next lecture, we will be discussing speed math. So, but after that, this chapter will become much simpler. So percentage, if it becomes simpler, next topic, fraction, ratio, proportion also will become simpler. Because every percentage have a corresponding fraction, every fraction have a corresponding percentage. Understanding that connection is the most important thing. For example, this is a 2024 question based on fraction, ratio, proportion. Again, today's class is not to solve any of the question. We are not discussing any question today. Today is an overview of the complete syllabus of UPSC CSAT. What all are the areas, what all are the topics we will be covering, so that the complete syllabus can be covered. Yeah, speaking of this question, this type of question is called data sufficiency problem. That is a new trend that happened in the last 4 or 5 years in UPSC CSAT. Earlier also data sufficiency problem were asked, but last 3 or 4 years the number of data sufficiency model question increased. Data sufficiency is not a separate chapter. It is a type of question. Any chapter they can ask data sufficiency. In data sufficiency, the idea is you are not asked to find what is the answer. You are asked to find the answer which data is needed. For example, here, who received the least amount? We don't have to find whether it is X or Y or Z, but we have to find who received the least amount, whether statement 1 is enough, statement 2 is enough, or both statements are needed, or both statements are not sufficient. Looking at the answer option, you will understand it. That is called data sufficiency problem. Data sufficiency itself have different versions. I will be teaching you each of those types. Don't worry. So that is data sufficiency. How to tackle data sufficiency problem in minimum time, you will understand from each of the questions of data sufficiency. So I told you data sufficiency is just a type of question, not a different chapter. Don't ask me after the whole course, did you teach data sufficiency chapter? Because data sufficiency, if I take as a separate chapter, the problem is that chapter have almost all the chapters in it. Before learning all other chapters, that won't be possible. Because this data sufficiency problem need the theory of fractions. Another data sufficiency problem need the theory of permutation combination. That's why if you want a complete overview of data sufficiency, that we will do after all topics. But in each topic, I will be showing you the data sufficiency version of the question asked from that topic, so that you get clarity how to do them. That is how we will be proceeding. So next topic is profit loss discount. That is again extension of percentage. If you understand percentage, profit loss discount is super easy. Yeah, in school you have complicated this topic by using the formula SP minus CP by CP into 100, MP minus SP by MP into 100, etc. First thing I will be teaching you is how to forget these formula. Some of you may be thinking we are having a benefit because we already forgotten this formula. Very good. No need of these formula. Because yeah, if you have learned that formula in a logical fashion, the reason behind the formula, then learning the formula is fine. But if you just mugged up the formula like a poem, SP minus CP by CP into 100 is a poem, MP minus SP by MP into 100 is a poem, means that won't help much. Because the time taken to pick SP, MP, CP from a question will be much more than logically doing. So I will be teaching you 3 logical formula so that you don't have to by heart them at all. Logical formula, you are into that logic means you will never forget them. So that way I will be teaching you so that minimum time you can solve this. For example, this 2024 question, there is a CP case, SP case, and MP case. P cost 25% more than R. Sorry, this is another question. There was another question where MP, CP, SP, all three were there. So understanding what the question asks or which formula to apply also you will not understand if you don't logically understand this chapter. So I will be spending one lecture on this topic itself so that you understand this logical formula. Unlearning and relearning process will be done in this lecture itself. So next topic is another money related problem. Money related problems are called monetary problem. Partnership related problem. In 2024 also there was a question on partnership. That is why we will be discussing this partnership type question separately. Then another money related problem is simple interest and compound interest. Interest related problem. In 24 there were no direct questions on simple interest, compound interest, but 23 there was two questions based on this area. So this was one of those questions, simple interest and compound interest. Here also, yeah, I will be teaching you with a very interesting story. Chess story. I think you may have heard any version of the story because the story is connected to different things also. So, okay, there is, yeah, the story is something like this. A king caught a criminal and he was sentenced to death. That he was given death sentence for the crime he did. So king asked, what is your last wish? The criminal told, my last wish is I need rice grains to given to my family. But the rice grain should be given in a particular fashion. That means you have to think about a very large chessboard. Chessboard have 64 cells now. First cell put 1 rice grain. Second cell 2 rice grain. Third cell 4 rice grain. Fifth cell 8 rice grain. That means double the number of rice grain in every cell. That way fill the 64 cells. Give me that much rice grains or give that much rice grains to my family. That is my last wish. This is what the criminal told. King told, yeah, I will definitely fulfill the wish. That's an easy wish because this is a very wealthy, prosperous country. So we can give that. But when the king tried to do this, that is when he understood that it is impossible because the whole yield of that country, of not only that year, for the future 50 years also, if we give to that criminal's family also, that won't be enough rice. That is called power of compounding, because to the 1 rice grain, second cell you kept 2 rice grain. That means to the 1 you are adding 100% of 1 to make it 2. Now to the 2, 100% of 2 is added to make it 4. Then 4 plus 100% of 4. That is called compounding principle. It is not simple interest that worked out there. Compound interest, because on the new value you are creating interest. Many people may not understand that math aspect there. That I will teach you in that particular lecture on simple interest and compound interest. But if you understood the story, that is where you understand the difference between simple interest and compound interest. And moreover, you will understand why compounding principle we have to discuss. Yeah, Albert Einstein, it is said that Albert Einstein told compounding is the 8th wonder in the world, because the power of compounding is that much. Because that 64 cells, when you feel like 1 become 2 become 4 become 8 become 16, rice grain is very small. How much it will become? It will become almost 10 raised to 18 rice grains. Almost 10 raised to 18 means 1 followed by 18 zeros. That is so large a number. And that happened because the criminal used the power of compounding to create the story that the king may not feel like it is a very big number, but it was a very big number that the king could not fulfill the last wish. That is why the criminal was left from the death sentence. That is the ending of the story. Anyway, so by that story, I will be teaching you simple interest, compound interest. So now don't worry about the math part in it. That we will discuss later. So anyway, next topic is finding the x, or linear algebra question, where there will be an unknown in 1 variable or 2 variable or 3 variable. You have to solve them. So that is finding the x chapter. For that, again, some of the school math you've forgotten. may be needed. Linear equation solving. But don't worry, I will be teaching you separately regarding that, how to solve linear equation in one variable, two variable. And I will be teaching you a speed math trick also for this. How to calculate, how to solve linear equation much faster than the school math methods. So that unlearning, relearning on linear equation also will be doing in this course. So, and finding the x or linear equation, another type of problem is age problem. Problems related to age. This is also a linear equation solving problem, but the equation or the variable will be with respect to ages. This is a 2024 problem. So understanding the question and creating the equation, that is the challenging part. And how you use options, that is the most important thing. Yeah, throughout this course, that is what another focus we will be having. How to do questions with different methods. How to do questions with different methods. I always tell CSAT exam is like a war, where if you have different weapons and if you know how to use different weapons and when to use different weapons correctly, you can easily clear this exam. Here the weapons means the different approaches or different methods in which you can solve. I have devised 15 methods in which you can approach question. I will show you the details of that 15 methods, but first let us complete this different areas. So that is age problem. Then miscellaneous money related problems can also be asked. Money related problem itself, but not profit loss discount or any percentage involved. Random money situation can be created. This is such a question that was asked in 2024 exam. So that also will be discussed. So that is about the major algebra areas. Major algebra areas. So any doubts till now, please mention. So for this, we will be devoting this many lectures: percentage, fraction, ratio, proportion, profit, loss, discount, interest and partnership, algebra, finding the x, age problem, Monterey miscellaneous Monterey problems. And now the next topic is permutation combination unit. There will be 3 lectures on permutation combination itself. First, if you understand what is fundamental principle of counting, then permutation combination chapter is half done, because that fundamental principle of counting is the most repeated concept in UPSC exam also. Not the permutation formula, not the combination formula. Very less questions need permutation formula or combination formula. Most questions need this fundamental principle of counting. A multiplication rule is there, an addition rule is there. Once you understand that, it is very easy. And another problem many people have, even if they know permutation combination, they don't know when to use permutation, when to use combination. So I have created 2 separate flashcards to make you understand when to use permutation, when to use combination. So these are the details of it. We'll be discussing one by one. And simply speaking, combination when you have to select objects, permutation when you have to arrange objects. So that we will be discussing. This is a 2023 question on permutation combination. 2024 direct questions were not there from permutation combination, but indirect question 1 or 2 were there from permutation combination. So then next unit is work and time pipe and cistern. Work and time pipe and cistern. Pipe and cistern is just a type of question of work and time itself. This was a 2024 question from work and time chapter. Here, if you know unitary method and LCM method, it is super easy to finish this question. And I will be teaching you unitary method using a pizza, and I will be teaching you LCM method using a collection of chocolates. Yeah, we are unlearning school math, na? That is why we will be taking like school student level examples so that it won't look clumsy for you. I will be teaching you like you are learning this for the first time, so that I will be giving you very real life, very relatable examples. Like cutting a pizza, if you can relate, this unitary method is super easy. You can cut pizza into 4 pieces, 6 pieces, 8 pieces. Yeah, most of the Domino's or Pizza Hut pizzas are like the smaller ones will be 6 pieces. Larger can be 8 pieces also. It varies. Very small one can be 4 pieces also. So it varies by brand, but that idea of cutting the pizza will make you never forget this concept of unitary method and LCM method in this chapter. And if you understand the difference between these two, it is very easy. And this is the same thing can be applied to pipe and cisterns also. Only thing is in pipe and cistern, there can be a possibility of negative work we will be discussing. Next unit is speed distance time, which have multiple types of problem. This is a 2023 question on speed distance time, or train related problems can also be asked, or boat and stream related problems also can be asked. Next unit is geometry. Geometry and mensuration are lectures on geometry topic. Geometry means it can be like tiling problem. This is a tiling problem asked in 2023. It can be counting of figures. It can be triangle related question, circle related question. All those things we'll be discussing. Mensuration means area related, perimeter related, volume related questions. Here also, I know that you may have forgotten most of these formula. You don't have to worry about it because I will be teaching you how to logically understand them, how to logically understand these shapes, and you can derive the formula yourself. So next unit is clock and calendar unit, 2023 and 24. This unit was much important because earlier clock and calendar was asked once in a while only. But now 2024, this clock and calendar unit, 3 questions were there in total. Clock and calendar, 3 questions were there. So that is why we will be discussing clock and calendar in 2 different lectures. When I tell about clock and calendar, many of the things we believed about calendar is wrong. Maybe some of you believe that leap years are once in every 4 years. Now, if you believe so, that is a totally wrong understanding. That was a calendar we used centuries back. That was called Julian calendar. In our present calendar, which is called Gregorian calendar, leap years does not occur once in every 4 years. Most of the 4 years there is a leap year, but in some 4 years there is no leap year at all. We'll be discussing about that theory in detail. That is connected to the revolution of Earth around the sun. So that basics itself we will be starting. And if you have seen the Shakuntala Devi movie, there is a Hindi movie called Shakuntala Devi, which is kind of a biopic of the very famous Indian mathematician Shakuntala Devi. If you have seen that movie, you can see that Shakuntala Devi performs in a stage where the audience is asked what is the date of birth. She will instantly tell what day they were born. And I will be teaching you that technique because that technique was asked in 2 different UPSC exam question papers. 2 papers, they have asked this technique. These 2 flashcards explains about it. So once you understood it, not only in UPSC exam, this can be like a fun party trick that you can do where there are kids and all. You can perform this. Definitely they will be amazed the way that you are doing this. It's like an icebreaker I normally use for school seminars and all. When I conduct school seminars on speed math, we conduct a show called Mathemagic Show, where math is taught in a magical way. So there I normally start with this technique also. So anyway, that technique, how it is useful in UPSC, as I told, 2 different exams, 2021 and 2022, there were direct questions based on this. Yeah, if I remember the date that was given was 10th October 2027. What day of the week it is? There are 2 ways of doing it. One way is reference method. Second method is this shortcut method. I will recommend this shortcut method because reference method is useful only for nearby dates from the year that we are in. Another year, the question 2021 year, I guess, the question was asked on 2099, a date was given. That was very time consuming if you use reference method. That is why I strongly recommend try to learn this technique. Just half an hour, if you attend that technique, half an hour I will be teaching you this technique. By that you can do any date very fast. Okay, so that will be the idea of calendar topic. And clock and calendar, clock problem in 2024, this was an example. Clock problem, just a simple formula. If you know, most of the question from this topic can be done. Half into modulus of 60h minus 11m. Yeah, very minimum formula only I asked to by heart, but this is one of them. Many other chapters I will say forget the formula, but this is a formula that we not learned in school. That is why it is easy to convince you what is the logic behind this formula. So this I will be teaching you. This helps you to solve a lot of questions. So that is how this course is. Which is best for you, I will be teaching you. Where formula is needed, I will be teaching you formula. Most of the cases where you believe formula is needed, the formula is unnecessary actually. The usage of formula is the reason why you feel that topic is difficult for you. So that I will clearly point out. As I have told, I am not only teaching for UPSC CSAT, I have experience in teaching many of the competitive exams in India. So from those question patterns also, I will give you more versions of the questions which can be asked in the upcoming exam. Expected questions also I will give you. So that's why I told you, you will be getting the best needed for clearing CSAT in minimum time. Clearing CSAT is so simple, but how much time you invest for that, that is more important. That's why our lectures also will be 1 hour, so that 60 lectures, 60 hours only you are investing mainly. Yeah, definitely after that weekly test, practice questions, that all you should do, because everything after getting a medicine also there will be a follow-up medicine, or after that also you will do something. After taking medicines also you will say do exercise also, so that you will remain fit. Same thing. Attending classes is not the only thing. You have to continue what I tell you to do also. Practice questions, weekly test, mock test, etc. Then 100% sure you will clear CSAT. CSAT won't be the reason for you to disqualify in prelims. That I will guarantee. And GS1 you should prepare. That determines whether you will clear the exam. And that I'm sure that you are preparing very well, and you all will clear prelims and mains and interview part. For that, CSAT should not be a hurdle. CSAT, I will make you prepare CSAT in the best way possible in minimum time. Yeah, we should not beat around the bush now. Minimum time, maximum outcome. That is the policy in this course also will be following. So for that, I need your, what we can say, cooperation. In each class, when you have a doubt, feel free to ask. I know some of you cannot attend live class. You have already told me that live class you have difficulty, but you will watch recording. If you're watching recording also, I will suggest you watch it at the same time every day, so that the routine won't be broken. Otherwise, like 1 or 2 days you missed, you will feel like, okay, I missed 2-3 lectures. Now I have to complete all that. Then only I can attend next. So that's why try not to. That is the main advantage you get when you attend a live course. Now you will be like, your brain will be tuned to that timing, that you won't have a problem in attending it daily. Yeah, there can be some unavoidable situation where you cannot attend live. That day you can watch recording. So what I will suggest you is, if possible, watch live itself, so that you can ask your doubts real time, and so that you can, that maintaining routine won't be a trouble for you. And every week maximum 4 classes will be there. Some week 3 classes, and most weeks 4 classes. That will be the frequency, so that the remaining 3 classes are there, 3 days are there, on which 1 day you will have weekly test. That remaining 2 days at least you can use for your practice. Practicing those 4 days, practice questions or doubts on the topics, etc., can be done, so that every week's topic is completed that week itself. Let's maintain that routine. That is what I expect from all of you. And as it is an online lecture, you have that flexibility. Yeah, classroom lectures have its own advantages, but the advantages of online lectures is that flexibility you are getting. So make use of that flexibility, especially with respect to watching the video again if you want, or yeah, those of you are watching this recorded videos, fast forwarding some parts and taking that area where you have doubt, and all will be possible. Okay, coming back to averages and mixtures is another unit. This is a 2024 problem. There you should know the arithmetic mean, geometric mean concept, and the properties related to them, etc. So that are the major quantitative aptitude topic. Now very briefly I will tell you reasoning topics also. Reasoning topics are comparatively easier. These are the major reasoning topics. First one, syllogism. This was 2023 question on syllogism. Very simple question. If you know how to draw Venn diagram, it is very simple. That I will train you how to do that. Next is ranking and ordering problem. Ranking and ordering problem have 2 chapters. We'll be separately discussing it as 2 lectures itself. Sequential ordering problem and position test question. So basic theory, basic formula, we will be discussing. Cubes and dices. 2024 also questions were asked from cubes and dices. This single flashcard is enough to do all questions from this painted cubes or counting of cube chapter. There is another area in cubes and dice called dice related problem. Dice related problem also, once you know the formula related to it, it is very simple. So that will be discussed in two different lectures. Cube problem, dice problem in two different lectures. Then blood relation problem, a very common topic in reasoning, not only in CSAT, almost all competitive exams is blood relation area. So CSAT also ask it frequently. 2023, this was a question. Data sufficiency model question from this topic. How to do relationship tree, that is the key. So I will be teaching you that. Then it is super easy. Then series formation and series completion question. This also is a favorite topic. Last 3-4 years, they are frequently asking one question each from this area. Before 4 years, the number of questions from this topic was very minimal. Before 5 years, before 2019. But 2019 onwards, they are constantly asking one question each. So a simple technique you have to learn in this topic, then all questions from this topic is super easy. And series formation question, you have to know about different types of sequences. Arithmetic, geometric, prime, power, reversal, etc. That also we'll be discussing. Another is patterns. Last few years, pattern related questions are less. But if they ask, this is a very silly topic. So that also will be teaching you what is rotation, translation, flipping, etc. Coding, decoding, this is a favorite topic of UPSC CSAT. Last 3-4 years also, they are repeatedly asking. Minimum one question. 2024, I don't think you will believe me. 5 questions were there from this area itself. Coding, decoding is just one of a reasoning topic. Reasoning, total 12 questions were there. 5 of them were from coding, decoding itself. This is one trap CSAT or UPSC sets in exam, that they will choose one topic from which they can ask multiple questions. And if that is a topic that you're skipping, that will cost you much now. Because if you skip the coding, decoding topic, 5 questions coming from that, you're skipping 5 questions already. That's why I'm saying don't choose chapters now. Learn all chapters. In exam hall, choose questions wisely, which is easy question, which is difficult question. Because in coding, decoding also, among the 5 questions, some questions were difficult. Coding, decoding, we'll be dealing it in 2 lectures. Reasoning type coding, decoding question, arithmetic operation related coding, decoding. This is an example of arithmetic operation related coding, decoding question. So these 2 chapters together, 5 questions were asked. Among the 5 questions, 2 questions were difficult. 3 questions were super easy. If you learn this chapter itself, these 3 questions easily could have been done, and the remaining 2 questions also could have been done if you practiced well. So that is the idea. Then another chapter is seating arrangement. Seating arrangement is also somewhat similar to ranking ordering, but circular arrangement concept you should know properly, because that is the area from which UPSC asks more complicated questions from. This course is strictly based on UPSC pattern according to the trend of UPSC CSAT. So distance and direction, another topic. This was a 2024 problem. Again, this you should have a proper idea of. Pythagorean triplet. Pythagorean triplet. Pythagoras theorem you have learned in school, but that is not enough. You should know what is Pythagorean triplet, and you should know how to create infinitely many Pythagorean triplet from a single Pythagorean triplet. And definitely you should know what is north, south, east, west, northeast, southeast, north to southwest, etc. So then statement related problem. This also in 2024 they have asked 3 questions. Statement related problem means truthity, falsity type questions are there. Conclusion making questions are there. Those questions are important. In 2024 also multiple questions. For that you should know what is a conditional statement, what is negation, converse, inverse, contrapositive, etc. of a statement. Then logical puzzles questions can be there, like a game or a puzzle, they will ask questions. Then Venn diagram set theory. Venn diagram set theory, some aspect of this chapter is based on quantitative aptitude, some is reasoning, but we'll be discussing all aspects of it. This was a 2024 question. How to draw Venn diagram, what are the different types of Venn diagram, etc. If you know, this chapter is super easy. Then data interpretation, this is separately mentioned in syllabus of UPSC CSAT, but the number of questions last few years, it is there, but not in plenty. But if you if I tell you in 2018, 13 questions were there from the single chapter. That's why I'm saying we cannot trust UPSC that last year they have asked this many questions only. So they will ask this many questions. Data interpretation last 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. If you check, 4 year together, 3 questions only were there. Total 4 years together. And if you skip this topic, what if they will feel like, okay, we will repeat like 2018. We will do 13 questions from this topic alone. They can do that because nowhere it is mentioned that this topic is more important, this topic is less important. So learn all chapters, please. Yeah, definitely last 2-3 years paper analysis you can do, but learning all chapters is important because UPSC is famous or infamous for asking question from one single chapter that you are confused about or that you are finding it difficult on. So let us make all chapters simple. Then every questions will be easy. Na? And we cannot say that UPSC is doing wrong there because data interpretation, your skill of interpreting data is a skill that you need when you are an IAS officer or an IPS officer. Na? Because on a daily basis, you have to interpret the data that may be in different forms. Yeah, now also when you are reading newspaper for your GS1, you are interpreting data. Na? So that is a skill that is needed. So not only data, I told it as an example. Any topic be it. UPSC is checking one of your particular skill set there. Now you may be asking why they are testing this much math knowledge. Yeah, it is not fully math knowledge. That is the first thing you should understand. You are feeling like it is math knowledge because we have a rote learning approach in school. It is all logic actually. Math is what? Generalization of logic. People thought about a logic, then they generalized it to make it a formula or an equation. So that logic is actually more important. And that logical skills and analytical skills is one thing that UPSC is testing. Yeah, here I'm not arguing that non-math students don't have an advantage. Yes, they have an advantage in some areas of number system or algebra or permutation combination. That advantage is there. But for that purpose, you can't say that I will not attempt CSAT because CSAT is compulsory. You have to qualify this. Because the advantage other way around also you are getting now for a non-math background student. In some areas in your GS1 paper also, you are having a better advantage than a science student. So it's both ways. A science stream student have an advantage in some areas. Art stream student have an advantage in another area. Arts means arts or commerce or humanities or whatever area you are. So that is part and parcel of any exam, that your stream of study can affect your preparation, or you may have to prepare a little bit more on some areas that you have trouble. Yeah, that is the whole point of examination. No? It is examining your how you are facing challenges. So think this as challenges. Yeah, as I have told, it is different ways. For example, if you are an English student, you may be, again, I'm not generalizing there, you may be good at interpreting comprehension passage as well. So you may have a better advantage there. There also I told you it is not English comprehension, but if your English skills are good to comprehend it in English, you may have a better advantage. You may be able to read the question faster. But there I will be teaching you how, if your English skills are not good also, if your comprehension skills are not good also, first of all, how to improve them and how to do some shortcuts to solve questions faster. Fast reading, how to do fast reading, how to use options sometimes without actually reading question much, how options can help you, how options are related to each other, how you can eliminate options by relating or contradictory options. These things, once you know, it is super easy. And how to avoid extreme keywords, etc., by which you will be able to tackle reading comprehension also very easily. So that is the idea. Now that is the whole overview of this topics of UPSC CSAT. If you have any doubts, please ask. And this lecture will be uploaded in our YouTube channel also. If any of your friends want to watch this lecture. You can share this lecture link from YouTube live lecture, sorry, YouTube videos. Christy's classes is our YouTube channel. There you can see last 4 years UPSC CSAT full length paper analysis also we have done there. That also, those of you want UPSC PYQs, that way you can get off CSAT. And some of you who have joined today for the course or joined for this batch of the course, if you want the recording of the previous batch, that is also provided. So that, for example, this I'm telling a particular situation that some of you feel like you cannot attend live class, but you want to finish the topics earlier. So reasoning, whole videos of reasoning we have already uploaded of the last batch in this course page. So if you are 100% sure that you are not able to attend the live class at 6 p.m. So if you want, you can watch that recording of that reasoning section. That is completely optional. I will be taking reasoning section again live in this batch. Every topic will be available live itself. But if you are not attending the live class, watching that recording or the new recording is totally up to you, because reasoning will be completing after the quantitative aptitude topics. That means quantitative aptitude topics we are planning to complete quantitative aptitude and comprehension by March end. Then April month we are setting, March end or April first week we will be completing quant and comprehension. Then reasoning in the last 3 weeks. So that last 3 weeks, if you want extra for your revision or practice, etc., then you can watch the reasoning playlist already, not playlist, reasoning lecture, live lecture recording already available in this course page. So that is completely optional. This I'm telling to those people who have a different plan about the last month revision for UPSC CSAT also, and for your GS1 paper also. So that is also available. And any other doubts? If not, let's conclude for today. So you got an overall idea, I guess. New students, no doubts at all, na? And I don't know how much you are familiar with CSAT. That is why I have given a complete overview. Maybe some of the things I told you, you already know it. But I told it for the general interest of everyone who is attending this lecture, live or recorded. And new students or those who are watching this lecture as a demo video, if you want to join this course, this January 13th, today January 13th is the first lecture in this course. This is more details of the course. All topics of reasoning, quantitative aptitude and comprehension will be covered. It is not like math part only will be covered or anything. Quant, reasoning and comprehension will be covered. And the recordings you can access for 1 year fully. 50 plus live lectures, almost 60 live lectures will be there, 10 mock tests, 50 practice worksheets, 100 flashcards, 50 class notes, and mentorship. If you want, whenever you want to ask your doubt, you can directly ask through the WhatsApp or Telegram, or if you have any particular challenges for CSAT learning, that also you can mention so that I can help you better how to overcome it. Just like GS1, you have support system for CSAT also, we are providing a complete support system so that you don't have to go there or here for taking like comprehension one lecture set. So that confusion should not be there. One place you are getting everything, so that minimum time, maximum outcome. So that is the whole point. And weekly tests so that you can understand how much you are improving, where you have to extra learn, etc. And topic wise PYQ discussion will be there. Last 15 years PYQs we will be discussing here. And you can access the class not only in mobile app, you can access the class in laptop also. Those of you are not aware, to access the class in laptop, you can visit the website christysclasses.in. There you can log in with the same mobile number you have registered and access the class through laptop also. And if you have any queries, you can call or WhatsApp at this number. And for those people who want to join this course, you can scan this QR code or visit our website and mobile app for demo videos and for joining the course also. And this is the, I can claim this is the most affordable live course in India now for UPSC CSAT. The price of this course is lesser than any other live course. Yeah, maybe a recorded course may be there which is having the same price as this, but again, that is completely, yeah, let me tell you frankly, I am teaching for UPSC CSAT in different coaching institutes. This is the first time I'm teaching through my own platform. That is why, that is the reason that we are giving it like almost almost like a very nominal price, a price that you are paying for maybe 2 or 3 lectures in some other platforms. That is the price of this whole course. That is only because I want also to see this year how students are responding and how we can help more students and let more people be part of this initiative, so that we can expand more in the upcoming years also. So as it is the first year through this platform, that is why this nominal pricing is done. Otherwise, next year onwards, yeah, we will be providing more printed materials, printed books. It's a bigger project that we are planning in the next years also. So this is like a pilot version of it. That is why the nominal price, because this I'm telling because some people feel, okay, price is less, so this may not be the best course. That is not how it is, because I was part of the leading platforms in India in different parts of the country, in Trivandrum, in Bangalore, in Delhi, different premium institutes I was part of. So I was teaching the same course there itself. But now, as I am teaching through my platform, I have that flexibility to give more materials, more time, more flexible schedules. I can add more lectures if I want, because I have that liberty to do that. Na? So that you will be, or students will be more benefited. So that's the main thing. So let your friends know. That is what I want to tell you. Those who have joined the course also, those of you haven't joined the course also, let others also know about this initiative. Let them understand that there is such a course also running, which is at a very minimal price and complete learning of UPSC CSAT. If you want to see more videos of me and all, you can check out our YouTube channel. There you can find more free videos on UPSC CSAT. And if you, yeah, in case you cannot afford this pricing for this course also, and if you want to learn free of course UPSC CSAT, check out our playlist in UPSC for UPSC CSAT in YouTube channel. That's a miniature version, but to an extent that will help. But if you want a complete minimum time maximum approach, unlearning school math, relearning approach of learning CSAT, be part of this paid course, which is almost very least priced course. So that also will help you to learn better. As I told, that routine that you are maintaining, whether it is live class or recording, that will help you more. That is the main thing, whether when you are joining this full course. And a complete support, it is a complete support till your UPSC CSAT UPSC exam. Will be providing you full support for CSAT. And as I told, I want to feel like I have helped a lot of people in clearing their UPSC exam, because CSAT clearing, even if it is comparatively less important than GS1, without GS2 you cannot clear prelims. There is no option. So that is why, in that way, I want to be a support system for more people to clear UPSC exam. That if you spare less time for CSAT, you have more time for GS1. So that will in a way help you to prepare better for GS1. Now. So that is the whole idea. So that way this course is curated. So let your friends know. That is a gentle request to all of you. And those of you are watching this YouTube channel, this video in YouTube channel, do subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. We'll be coming up with more videos in this channel also. Not very soon, but in the later weeks, we'll be planning some short video series and all. Question of the day, PYQ of the day, likewise short series explanations we will be coming up with. So stay tuned, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon also, those of you are watching this video in YouTube channel. And those of you are watching me for this complete course, tomorrow is your first topic, speed matrix. We are starting speed matrix. We are starting after that only we are starting number system, so that when the math fear is taken away, that will help you to learn math better. So that's it. Thank you all of you. Take care all of you. See you all on the next class. Have a good night. Bye-bye.